Good evening, my name is Jeremy Castle, and today I will be presenting the Fastener Repair Lab for firearms inspection and troubleshooting. The date is currently August 21st, 2022. I did all of the physical work yesterday, August 20th, 2022, and I'm just recording this video to show my face for academic purposes. Good afternoon, this is Jeremy Castle on Saturday, August 20th at 2:02 in the afternoon, and I will be completing the video portion of my Fastener Repair Lab. So I have my aluminum here, and I've marked it, and I've rather terribly done the markings, but it's close enough, I believe. So to start, we're just going to be following the book. I'm going to go ahead and punch out the holes where I need to drill. So far, this is what we have here. We have the actual holes drilled out. We started with a center punch, knocked that in with the hammer. Then we went with the ground center bit just to open it up a little bit more, give us a little bit more purchase. Then we went in with the 5 64ths jobber. Then we went with the number 31 jobber, and that's where we are now. Now what we have to do, so we're going to take our 6/48 tap, and we are going to insert and we're going to, as evenly as we can, 3 turns, back it out, should go in evenly. Out. To ensure getting this done right, once you've backed it out, it should freely spin. Pretty easy to back to where you were. I'm just going to keep doing this until you've got to the end. We'll come back. I got the first hole done, and we'll test that out now. That's smooth. A little bit of resistance. Might have to go back through that. Oh, barely any. And secured. It's the first of 3. We'll come back when the other 3 are done. We can move on to the next part. Alright, so we've got all three of them in. They are secure, they do fit properly. Back this one out just a hair. See, it does. We'll just go ahead and take this one out all the way out. They're all sitting in there nice, no binding. Now, first thing we're going to discuss is cross threading, which is basically when the screw goes in to the threaded hole and it smashes the threading in there, so that it'll bind up really bad. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten it in there. Let's see if I can get it anymore. Well, that didn't work. Try that again. I'm gonna kind of move off camera so I have a bit more space. You can see it's not at the right angle. Kind of sitting directly under its off center. Let's see if I can. So what we're gonna do is back this out all the way, remove it. I'm gonna look in there, see if I can see. Yeah, I can see the damage. It's harder. I can't get an angle with it, but I can visually see it. And then we're just gonna basically do what we did to thread the hole in the first place. You're gonna insert the tap, make sure it's aligned perfectly perpendicular. You're basically just gonna re-tap it. Get those threads working nice and well. Make sure everything is smooth and in working order. Careful not to pull weird in any one direction specifically, so that way it's all even and doesn't do any more damage. I don't have any canned air or an air compressor, however, blowing on it and looking into it, everything looks back to normal. And then we'll just to align the screw properly, get it in there by hand. We'll take our screwdriver. There it is. We're going to screw it in. Oh, sorry. And It's in there, no problem. We'll back it out. Not an issue. Our next damaged fastener we're going to talk about is boogered screw heads. And essentially what that means is you used a screwdriver that was the wrong size, and you damaged it real bad. It slipped. You know, you're trying to tighten it or close it, and you just blew it, you know. So what you're going to need for that is a needle file, some a vise, obviously, sandpaper, wood block would help, and some perma glue, because you're going to fix that right up with the perma glue. And I'll be right back with all those necessary tools. So once that's kind of dried, and I'll have to go back over that with more perma glue to get the color correct. But next, we're gonna go over to broken screw extraction. So the situation would be like the customer tried to remove this fastener and just broke it. Just snapped it right off. And I'm going to attempt to find something to break this screw with. Drawer got stuck. We're gonna try with this. Just gonna attempt to break this. Probably grabbed the wrong tool for this job. Oh. See if I can grab something else. So, what we have done here is we've filed down the middle and filed off any burrs. And we took some sandpaper and polished it. You can kind of see it. You get a bit of a shine. Now we are going to apply some bluing agent to it. Take this out. We need to first get all the grease off, so that way degreaser, acetone, anything like that would work, and recommend you wear gloves. You're going to take your perma glue, cotton swab, and you're just going to kind of apply it to the screw head. And you're going to let it sit for a minute, and you'll see it'll start to change color. So once you've got your boogered up screw head, you're going to take your needle file and you are going to run it along the inside to get all the burrs and gouges out and try to get it even. See if I have a thinner one here. This is hard to find. But you're just going to run it through. And run it along the top. Get all the burrs off. So what we have is the customer brings in broken, the head of the screw has been sheared off. Can't do anything with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 31 jobber. 5 6/4 could probably do it too. Actually, I would probably go with the 5 6/4 as to not ruin the hole completely with the size difference there. And you're just going to barely go in with the drill press, just enough for the spiral fluid extractor for you to take that and get it out. Because obviously right now you can't get it out of there. So I will come back when that is done. So once you've drilled the hole into the screw, you get the spiral fluid extractor in the T-handle wrench, and you just turn it counterclockwise. And almost out of clearance. There we go. Part of a screw. We'll just test to see how much damage received on the inside. See if there's any binding. I'd probably still go back through, re-tap that that hole, but it seems like there's very minimal damage. So I would still probably re-tap that just in case. But it looks like, oh, worked perfectly. So we got the cross-threaded screw, which I just dropped. That's gone forever. Let me find. So, it brings us to our 3 fasteners. How to fix them. So we had the cross-threaded. It's pretty easy. You just removed the cross-threaded screw, took your T-handle and your tap, re-threaded it or re-tapped it, and then works perfectly now. Then you have your buggered screw head, which we filed it down, polished it up, re-blued it. It goes down, no problem. You use the correct size screwdriver and it'll work just fine. And then we have the broken or sheared extraction. So let me get that off. We see it broke up top. It was in here. We had to drill a hole into it, take the spiral flute extractor, twist it in there clockwise, and it removes it. And once it's out, you can re-tap it, and it'll work just fine, as long as you didn't drill too far. Like, as long as it was your axis was centered when you were drilling through, you re-tap and you should be good to go. Thank you.